Nicky Smith joins us. She has a Master's of Fine Arts from University of Tennessee, 2006, and a Bachelor of Fine Arts from University of Miami from 2003 in theatrical costume design. Ms. Smith has worked on everything from Broadway to the Metropolitan Opera, and you can find her most recent work on season 3 of Hulu's Grammy, and the pilot episode of FX's Kindred, and soon on the new musical, Up Here. Thank you for joining us today. Maybe the non-twisted chair.
Oh, I'm fidgeting.
You sure?
Yeah.
Great.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. What's up? So that first video, let's just start. That's a very different time. As you can see from the people who are in the video, they don't represent the people. It's a very white passing video. Even the way that they speak of the costume designer only as she, like that's very limiting. And like, I just want to start by saying that is not the world which I design in, and that's really like not the world that I relate to. I don't really want a bunch of old white people telling me anything about anything.
Yeah. Very, very good. Well, I would wonder if you could start out by just talking us through your career path from college and getting your master's all the way through to today.
So I originally went to school with the idea that I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I'm first-gen American. And you know, your family's like, we want you to do something that's either law or medicine, something that will give you a sustainable career. And I got to school and I was like, I really hate pre-med. I took a theater class and I was like, this is vibes, this is what I should be doing. And just switched my major at 18. Like, had never done theater, had never really seen any theater, but it just felt right, so I took a chance. And then from there, I went to graduate school and I studied theater internationally. I took a crazy ton of drawing school, and like, it was not the best time ever. Like, school is sometimes very rough for some people, and grad school was very rough for me. But I stuck through it, and then ended up working at like the Metropolitan Opera, working on a Broadway show, and kind of from there went to work for MTV because I felt like doing period costume is great, but people don't always want to see period costume on TV. And I wanted to have more styling background and like, what is modern fashion? What do people find commercially viable? I ended up working on things like RuPaul's Drag Race, like the promo campaign for season 2, for All Stars, everything from Pop-Tarts commercials, all of that played to where I am now. I worked as an assistant on The Americans, on Pose, on a number of projects, and when the pandemic hit, I was like, I don't want to work for anyone anymore. It's time for baby girl to step out, and that's how I found myself as a lead designer.
Awesome. Amazing. So, in between college and getting your master's, you worked at the Metropolitan Opera, or did you?
No, I worked at the Met after I finished graduate school. It was like my first real job.
Oh, okay, great. But you always worked in theater design.
Yeah, I don't have any other skills. It's literally one thing.
It's a pretty good skill to have. And how did you get the first job out of school? Because I always feel like that's the hardest, particularly in this industry, breaking in.
My first job out of school was after working as an intern at Glass Opera. I'm a firm believer that you should promote yourself, go up to people, talk to them, be in their faces. Like, if you meet someone, send a follow-up email, do all those things. Like, that's how I approached it. Like, I wanted to make sure that people didn't forget me, that I was on the tip of their tongues when they were thinking of who could we have to fill this position. Even if I knew I was overqualified for the position, I thought about like what connections and who would I meet from it and who could help me get the next job. So working there led to me getting a job at the Met because that's where all the Metropolitan Opera staff worked in the summer. So it's all about hustle, it's all about who you know. Sometimes it's about your resume, but honestly, very rarely.
Yeah. What does an entry-level job in costume design typically look like?
Now I would say the entry-level jobs are mostly production assistant PA jobs, and they aren't fun. You really work hard, but what you do learn is the system of film, the system of theater, the system of TV. And with that, you can then figure out where in that department you find yourself. Like, you may work on a show and feel like, I just want to build things. I don't want to do costume design. I just want to do wardrobe and like make beautiful hats, make beautiful gowns. That's how you find it out as a PA. Or you may find out, I just want to work in accounting. I want nothing to do with costumes. That's where you find it.
Yeah. I've heard from other costume designers who've come in. Actually, I think Maria, who
Yeah.
you're filming with, she said she skipped over the PA job, and she actually felt like it was a disservice to her, coming from the industry and then over.
So I didn't work as a PA specifically, but when I worked for